One day I'll get the buttons right. What's going on, everybody? We are here. It is the weekend and we are chilling. We've got Angel with us in the corner. She's sleeping. She doesn't care. But we're here and we're ready to code. God damn, my chair is getting squeaky. I gotta get some WD-40 on that. My contribution to the community. Let's turn this down a bit. Alrighty, we're here. I've been like on a hiatus from streaming that I don't even know like how. Oh, I forgot to send out the Discord thing. Like I've just been doing the monthly streams, but you know, I think I can get back to a weekly now that the workload's a little bit lower in the course. It's almost done. I got to get a shareable link. You know, I used to have like a whole thing, a whole process. Okay, here we go. Get that link, and then if I open up, don't look at my folders, guys. Oh wait, no, I'm not showing my desktop. I'm such an idiot. And then I go to stream media. Oh, it was under the Patreon shout out, was it not? I'm good, White Fox, how are you? We are here. Where was it? Stream media, video projects. I'm pretty sure it was on Patreon. Shout out. No, okay, I'm just an idiot. Was it in the thumbnails? I know it was somewhere where it didn't make any sense, and I always thought I should change that, but... yeah, I don't know what I've done with it. Oh well, whatever. Go to announcements, or I don't know which one I should put it in. I just put it here at everyone. Come watch me, I'm live. Publish. This message will be sent to all servers following this channel. Okay, confirm, whatever. Cool, cool, cool. Okay, we're here. I don't even have Godot open. No, okay, so my plan today is to try and make something with the new spine or skeleton modifiers in Godot 4.4 because I think they're pretty fun and I kind of want to make tutorials on them, so I need to learn more about them. So let me just open up Godot. Okay, we need 4.4 though, so I have to go to the folder where that is kept in. They released a new beta. Oh, I suppose it doesn't route. It's probably okay. And then I can go to this screen here. Okay, so let's start a new project. Create. Jiggle physics. That's what I wanted to do. Browse. Yeah, we don't want to put it there. We want to put it under Godot projects. Not in development projects, jeez. Project statement soon? Dude, I'm all over the place. Give me a second. Okay. User downloads? No. Documents. It froze. Okay. Easy. Godot, create a new folder. 4.4 tests. Create another folder. Trying to stay organized here, boys. Jiggle. Select current folder. Create. Awesome. We're cracking now. Okay, so I believe I need to create an object. My initial test was with, oh my god, it's really taken its time. Was with like, I wanted to do like a cake or like jelly or something not sus, you know what I'm saying? Bro, your YouTube is so bad. Like your channel doesn't come up when searched on YouTube. Yeah, I mean it's like that sometimes, you know? You can't, I mean, you can control these things. If you have like a searchable name, but my name is not particularly searchable, so you just got to pray to the algorithm. That, because you would also need to be like someone that, you know, like watches Godot content for the stuff to come up. Like I'm pretty sure if I did like an incognito on YouTube and just like looked for chef games or something, it would not find me. That's just the algorithm, man. You can't like, can't fault it too much. It is what it is. Need private window. YouTube, nothing sus. Because I don't even think I'm the only chef games. I do come up with the latest video and everything. And it says that I'm live. Hey, look, it's me. I'm on the internet. Yeah, I don't know. See, it's not me, it's you. What am I doing? Okay, I deleted the cube and now I can add a new cube. And it needs to have like a skeleton for jiggle physics to work. So what we'll do is we'll go into face select mode, and what we Control S, cursor to selected. Oh, thank you so much. Really appreciate it. White Fox, shout out. I'll have to put your name on the list. Okay. Yeah, SEO is so bad. Yeah. I mean, I'm not that good with internet stuff. You know, for someone who like grew up like on the internet in 2000s, when social media started, I just never understood it. And it took me a really long time. Like I remember when Instagram came out, I was like, what's the point of that? I already have Facebook. I thought it was for friends. Anyway. I had no idea how the algorithms all worked and stuff. Okay, we gotta add a mesh and armature. What's the delay like? Is it really long? I don't know how to change it. Also, I don't have monitoring. And the tablet's not in this room. Hang on a second. I can't see what Twitch is doing. I get really sus because I never know when an ad's playing. I'm your favorite. Oh, thank you. I appreciate it. Surely there must be more YouTubers. I'm just a small fry. Also, I changed the playlist, so I don't know. The delay is around 20 seconds. I wonder if I can make it shorter. That's quite long. I'm gonna run out of charge doing this. Oh well. Is what it is. Hang on a second. Maybe. Output. Oh, there it is. Replay buffer? Maximum replay time, 20 seconds, but I don't have it ticked. So like, I don't know. Is it in the YouTube settings? There's a slow mode. I might have to Google it. I really want it to be like quicker. YouTube live delay. 30-second delay. Okay, having the same problem, only hits 20 seconds. I found out editing stuff in OBS only helps so much. Changing a couple of things in YouTube Live Studio helps a bit. I would say it's pretty negligible delay. Why so concerned? 30 seconds isn't too much at all, because it's hard to interact with chat. YouTube dashboard has 3 latency modes. There are only 2, normal and high. Since YouTube transcodes their stream at there and there's no way to reduce the latency. Great. And select low latency setting. I wonder if I can't do that because I have a TPS template. Nice. I'm working on one at the moment. It's almost done. I did it. I think I uploaded it to GitHub and I put it on the Patreon and everything, but I've redone it so that I could make the video, like the tutorial series. I redid it and it's a lot better now. I'm just finishing off the weapon manager. If I get bored of trying to make a jiggly cube, I'll work on that because I really need to get the rest of the project done so I can actually start filming the final section of the tutorial. Anyway, let's focus on this. Forget about the delay, I can't figure it out. Okay, so we're gonna select the armature, and what we'd like to do is, what mode am I in? Edit mode. I should be in object mode. Viewport display in front, right? And now we can go to edit mode and actually edit this. So I reckon we just like add a couple of bones from the ground up and then parent this, and it should create like a wobbly cube. We'll also need to add vertices, I think, for every single one. So let's maybe, this is a 2 meter by 2 meter cube. So if we do 0.2, search free GTA third person shooter demo. Is it in the database, or should I just do it on Google? Like, is it in the asset library? Free GTA third person shooter. Nothing there. Let's go with Godot. Free GTA, is this you? 12 days ago? Is this it? It's in YouTube. Links don't come through the chat. They get auto-modded. I mean, this is pretty recent. Oh, it wants me to sign in. Damn it. Self-promo? Is this you? Am I adding your Reddit profile? I suppose if you're sharing stuff to Godot, you're okay with seeing it here. I guess if I go to your YouTube page, that is you? Awesome. So if I go like White Fox, Godot. Hey, there you are. Music seems loud, eh? Okay, nice, dude. Does it have sound? Dude, the face on that model. Oh, I recognize that jump from Mixamo. This is better animation setup than I have. That's for sure. Alright, that's cool. I will make a free template after this project is completed. Nice. That's awesome. Check the comment section. Oh, you got it here, itch. TPS. I forget like 3D stuff is like so, it gets so big, doesn't it? It's so hard to keep them small. What's my project at? I'm actually kind of curious now. Project. Let's have a look. This is a third person. Oh my god. Third person course. And then they creep up. Look, combat animation. So 20 megabytes. I'm still keeping it low though, which is pretty good. So what is this one? 66 megabytes. So it's getting up there. It's not this yet. I don't have as many models though. I just have like the character model and that's it. Show in folder. Extract 2. That one. Cool, dude. You want me to check it out? Too late. You sent it to me. I'm pulling it apart. All right. Let's have a look. That should sit about there. Let's just run it to see. I like how you got it set to compel. It's got driving too. Oh wow. The way he runs with the gun up. Next to my animations is so funny like that. What do I press to drive? F. It's always F. Is this the driving add-on or did you make it yourself? I've used the driving add-on before. Dude, this is actually pretty sweet. Like, you just got like GTA. See if I can do some dice. I love driving. I forget how fun it is. Doing a spin. All right. Driving add-on. Yeah, sweet. Do you have multiple guns or is it just the one? How annoying is this? I have the same issue. You have to like have it on a transform to make it like fit. I don't know. Okay, dodge. Player-based model, skeleton, mask. Oh, that's the mask. Yeah, cool. It's always the IK. Just the one gun, yeah. What's your animation? I want to see your animation tree, because my animation tree is a schmuzzle, if I do say so. Oh, you just got 2 states, locomotion and rifle aiming, and you blend between the two. And then that's, oh yeah, you went with this approach. See, I actually opted to not do this with mine, because I hate the way that it looks. It just, but then again, like if you're doing like crouching and all that kind of stuff, maybe you need it. Yeah, I don't know. So like all the in-between stuff just drives me crazy. Enter vehicle, exit vehicle, and then enter locomotion. Stand to crouch, crouch idle. Crouch to stand, and it goes back to locomotion. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I've been considering switching. I'll show you mine. So I don't know why, but for me, it's like one of the more fascinating aspects of a third-person shooter because like functionally, it's not that different from a first-person shooter. It's just like the animations and how you do that is what's really the hard part for me, at least. So I might open it in tandem. Why not? Just have like a million Godot's. Third-person shoot tutorial because I can't spell. So, and just one gun. Oh, Oh my god, my computer's been really slow lately. I don't know what's happened. Have I got a virus? A virus? Or is it just Windows 10 being Windows 10? Did Microsoft gimp it so that it'll die? So I went with an animation tree root. So mine looks like this. It's crazy actually. I don't think about it. So I've got like the two. This is like an older version. I've basically got the character movement. I haven't put the weapons in yet. So I've got the armed movement. So if you're holding the weapon and then if you're not holding the weapon. And so like if you run it, it doesn't work. It's also broken. Hang on a second. Let's open the one that does work. It's a work in progress, guys. Don't make fun of me. Let's go. So it's got to re-import the asset. Nice. All right, here we go. So it is like hectic with the tree because you have to have like a set of animations for shooting and holding the weapon. And you have to have a set of animations for all the movement. And if I run this now, you'll see. So you can switch between, oh, it still doesn't work. I'm actually so annoyed at that. Basically, you've got the weapon. I have to like, I don't have IK yet either, so it looks like shit. But you can switch weapons. Which is something that's, I was working on that this morning. He still like, he switches weapons. The mesh is changed immediately, but the animation isn't quite there. It really needs to not change until he finishes his arm behind his back, but I need to like work on how to do that at some point. What I also need to do is fix the animation. The reason why he doesn't turn anymore is because for some reason in Blender, I've keyed the armature to be like always forward facing. And because of that, the animation tree now forces it always to be forward facing. And each time I have to go through all of these animations and like change them. It's actually infuriating and I need to figure out how to fix that because it's going to cause issues when people download it. Anyway, this is a cool template. You should keep working on it for sure. Okay, so we were making a bone that we were making some jelly, of course. We'll do like that feels right. Okay, so the lengths of these aren't even. Okay, that's better. So we'll have a spine here, and then this, we actually need to add some geometry. Is that enough? That's enough. Should I add more in the opposite direction? Like, should I add some this way as well? Just subdivide the entire thing? What do you think will work? I think that's necessary, right? For this to work properly, we need to actually subdivide. I don't know why I'm using the edge loop tool. I just am. So for this to work, it's definitely going to need to be completely subdivided. And then we just select this, we select this, and then we press Control P with keep transforms with automatic weights. And then just pray to God that it's weighted correctly. It never is. We're going to have to change it. Pose mode, we come in and now, oh yeah, hey, look, it works. Can you add me on Discord? Yeah, jump into the Discord and you can just add me. Or we can talk on the Discord. Yeah, it's all good. The link's in the description. Oh, what do we have here? Flippin'. I can moderate from here, right? Delete message, block user, toggle, just block user. Heh. All right. Okay, so now we have this. Oh, should I subdivide it more? It works pretty well, to be honest, straight off the bat. I'll be honest with you. I know I can tell already that there's an issue with the weighting. So object mode. I reckon subdivide this even more. And then we want to go to the armature. Actually, we want to go back to the object. We want to go to the vertex groups, which is bone 1, bone 2. So if we go to edit mode and then we just select, it's got all of it, but realistically, it should be the top 2 as well. So it really should just be like this bit here. So we can assign, and then we can just, excuse me. See how bone 1 is just everything? Let's just remove. And we'll select both and assign those. Bone 3. Oh my god, what is with these weightings? Okay. Assign. Select. Oh my god. Thank you. Bone 3 and bone 4. So this one should be these ones here. And then we'll go select, assign. And this will, I guess it also needs to be the top, doesn't it? This will all make sense in a moment. Assign, and I suppose for the bottom one, wait, that was the wrong one. Remove, assign. Okay, so select. Oh, it's the entire, bone 4 is just everything. Okay, just remove. Let's try that again. Why does it do that? Automatic weights doesn't always work the way that you want it to, eh? Okay. Go do your homework. That's important. You can't be failing that. I mean, if you're still in school and you're making GTA and Godot, I think you're pretty good. Assign that. But in passing school is very important. Okay, so bone 1. Select. So that's the bottom. Okay, it's got the bottom 2. All right, so that should behave in a way that I'm happy with. Let's go to select the armature and go to pose mode and just make sure that we're happy. I mean, it's all right. I think we probably need to subdivide it more. We need a few more subdivisions because it's going to start clipping into itself. I suppose you probably can't do much about that, eh? Is it going to mess up the vertex groups if I subdivide more? Go to object mode, select this, go to edit mode. Select the armature. I don't know too much about making a cube that wobbles. It probably needs to have way more subdivisions. Oh my god. It's still not that good. Oh well, we're rolling with this because I'm over subdividing the cube. Or maybe I just do one more. Maybe we go crazy and we just have like a million flipping... If you wanted to have like a slime in your game that was a square, how far would you have to go with the subdivisions to make it work? That's starting to look pretty smooth, I'm gonna be honest with you. I think the answer is just to have fewer bones. But like, yeah, this is actually quite a lot of bones. Hey Angie, how you doing? She's never that interested in me when I'm streaming. She just wants to sleep. I need to bring treats in here with me. Look at this thing. Okay, so maybe the weights aren't quite right. I think that's probably the issue. Let's reset all of this. Object mode. Whatever. Anyway, let's just roll with it. Flipping cube. Cube 0. Let's make some jelly. Where should I save this? In the project, right? So under documents, under Godot, under 4.4 tests, we got jiggle. We can just save the blend file, right? Jiggle, jelly. We'll call it jelly. We don't have, we need a texture for it. Oh my God. Let's go to shading. It's going to be so cranky because of all the vertices. Oh, now I've done it. Oh my God. We're back. Dude, I'm going to have like the worst. Dude, it's lagging so much. I made a mistake, man. Okay, we're back. All right, so I guess if we add like a texture, image texture, just connect that up. And then we add a new image texture, jelly, new image. And then we go to texture paint. Dude, look at the UVs. Oh my God. Flip, man. I'm making a mistake by this freaking cube, man. Okay. Let's focus. We can't change it now. Obviously, if it's a slime, is it jelly or is it a slime? It's green, and it needs to have like darker spots, probably in green as well. And then we'll go and we'll make it. Can I make like this? Don't think too much about it, just do. Because it is not a big deal, you know what I'm saying? Make some spots. Also, I guess it should be like slightly transparent, right? Oh look, they're like not the same way, oh well. Okay, so that's our beautiful looking jello. And thin film, diffuse, normal, roughness. It's not rough at all. It's shiny. I should probably save the texture paint image. Save as jelly. And then transmission, specular, subsurface, diffuse. I don't even know how to alpha. Ooh. Oh, it's cranky again. There we go. Cool. Give it a little bit more. I reckon 0.6. You can see through it, but you can't like see through it. You know what I'm saying? Okay, great. Let's export this as a GLTF. Yep, that's fine. In the project file. Boom, boom, boom. Jiggle physics. Let's go. Don't make that full screen because I need it to be like this. Project. Hello. Okay, I thought I saved everything in there. Where did I save it? Documents 4.4 jiggle blend. Am I crazy? Why isn't it updated? It's here. Okay, well I can work with that. Take these two, drop them in here. Easy. And look at that. I think the bones aren't right. Where's the fifth bone? I don't know. Anyway, Jiggle, the new Jiggle node is so easy to implement. We just have to come in here and then look for Spring Bone Simulator, right? So this is the new one that I was ranting about in my other video. This skeleton modifier 3D can be used to wiggle hair, clothes, and tails. I mean, it can be used to wiggle a lot more than that, let's be honest, but we're going to use it for this jelly here. This modifier behaves differently from Physical Bone Simulator 3D as it attempts to return the original pose after modification. Pretty easy. We add an element and then we just have to choose the root bone. So if I choose that and then the end bone being the top one, it should just work after that, to be honest. If we move this around, see it wobble? It is so cool. Dude, I don't think the extra vertices helped. I'll be honest with you. In the test that I did, I modeled a cake and it worked significantly better. Dude. Dude, it's like doing flips. I think there's a problem with the bones. They don't look right. You know what I'm saying? Because there's 5 bones, but I can't see the last bone. Position is 0.4. It's in there. See, there's a blank one too. Extend bone. Individual config. Okay, so this is where you get into like being able to control some of that stuff. So the radius like makes them do more, right? They react a little bit different. So let's hover over that. There's no documentation. There's no search help. Where's the search help button gone? Okay. Stiffness basically slows it down. So now it's moving much slower. And you can see it get all messed up. Dude, this is not what I expected from this. Geometry. I thought it would be much more wobbly. I think the stiffness should be higher, eh? See this? Because that's more like Jello, right? That feels more like Jello. So higher stiffness means it returns back to its original position faster. And I'm guessing the drag is like the amount that it drags. Ooh. Now it's like super bouncy. So maybe that value should be pretty low, to be honest, rather than high. Let's make it as low as it can go. Ooh, that's worse, actually. It's the opposite. So let's turn it right up. Sometimes you just play around with those values. All right, I remember now. So there's like a relationship between the two where like if they're the same, like if you drag them both up high, it'll just be if you had them low. So there's going to be a balance that we're going to have to find here. I might get an animation player going so I can actually see this moving without having to continually move it. So let's get a position. Let's make this like a 3-second or like a 5-second animation. And then we will key in the position. Let's just reset all these positions. It's off. Transform, reset. That's fine. Okay, so we're going to key the this one. It's back at 0. Create. And then we'll at 2.5 seconds. See if I can make that like there. We will move it to like over here. And then we'll have it loop, and then we'll also set this to discrete so that that'll just instantly change position. So it'll do this, ready? Going, and so we'll just be able to watch it move back and forth as we play with the settings. Can we play this, please? Hello? All right. So how high do we reckon it goes? It only goes to 4 now? Oh, you can like override that. And if I increase this, it becomes slow again. Dude. What does radius do? Oh. Ah, this is important. So realistically, we want to be having these like a higher value. Like, so they're touching almost. Hey, NA Games, how you going? We're playing with the new Springbone simulator. I'm trying to make my square slime move about, but it's not looking too hot, to be honest, because I don't really understand these dampening, these values here. Okay, so now it looks like it's just folding in on itself. That's ridiculous. So let's go with 0.2. And let's make this pretty low too. Okay, so the relationship is when they're both low, it moves really slow. But if I make this like a high value, it'll return back to its original position like faster. Why is it teleporting? So that I can make it jiggle. I could make this continuous so that it'll move around. Look at it go. To be honest, that looks pretty good. What if we like increase this? Does a value over 4 even matter? I guess no, it does seem to be like even harder. Like that's pretty good. Like if you were making some kind of slime, mine's square, it probably shouldn't be. Just imagine jelly on a plate. Do you guys know that song? Or is that just me? Make it faster and ease out. I don't know how to do that. Or you mean like it's teleporting because it's updating the position. Yeah. Linear, cubic? I actually don't know how these work. Oh yeah, that's like... That is like faster and easing out. So if I reduce this, it's like super slow and like waving back and forth. And obviously if I make this super high, like I think 4 is too high, but like maybe there's a relationship where if I make the drag really low, it's like faster. Hey, welcome. Go on the dots. The docs? Yeah, I probably should. I should probably read the docs. Oh, look at it go. Click key. Oh. Whoa. I see. Oh, shit. Look at it go now. I like that. Play it. Okay. So the previous value, this was like 20. I guess it just depends on what you're looking for, right? Let's see if I can find the 4.4 docs. I didn't know about that easing thing. That's really cool. These dots, not docs. Oh, that's what you meant. But still though, I should probably read about this because I don't understand these values, these stiffness, radius, and drag values. Still though, this is pretty good. That's my jelly on a plate. I've also got some cake as well. I don't know where I saved it though. I made one in advance and then decided it'd be funny if it was. So, third person course, that's not what we're looking for. What we need is under Blender, Station, no. Godot, Cursor, Godot, Grant. Game assets. Game assets, I found it. Food kit. Cake, LEB, rough this. I need these. And I'll bring it in here. Okay, we're gonna have all sorts of sweet treats. This is our jelly. And now we've got the cake. So give me the cake. Oh, it's way smaller. What happens if we scale this down? Okay. Seems to work okay. It doesn't stuff things up too much. Okay, we've got our cake. Our lovely... This is something I modeled in advance. It's beautiful, isn't it? Just a bunch of cylinders with a nice little... And we make this editable and we can add... This is exactly the same principle, but it's just round. We got jiggle physics in Godot before GTA 6. Yeah, literally. Okay, so we just need to add the same thing. The spring bone simulator. It's really easy. You just select your base and your top. It just really depends on how much you want it to move around, right? Because this guy, by default, I feel like because the mesh on this one is significantly better, it behaves just naturally a lot like nicer. And I noticed one thing when I was working with this is that you want the root bone to be one above whatever you want to be, you know, moving. So that way the base stays on the ground, but it still wobbles around like crazy. And I guess we can just add this to the animations, right? We can make this guy. We can key the position here, create, and then as this guy goes to like his position, we'll have him move into position and key that. Look at that frame rate. And we'll have to put some easing on him. And also the position of this is way too far away now that I've scaled it down. I can't click it anymore. Why can't I click it? What is Ravenfield? I can't click the screen anymore. There we go. Okay, so this position, probably, what is the starting position of this? It's 1. So this probably just needs to be like -1, right? And then we just make this like the same kind of easing. What's the value on this? 3 points. Just make it 4. 4. So they should be the same. They'll just swap places. Search it. Search Ravenfield. Oh, I know this game. This is like a player. Is it a battle royale, or is it just a is it just like a Battlefield? Yeah, I've seen this before. Blue allies take down those pesky reds. This is very like classic FPS. Single player mayhem, okay. It's pretty cool. Steel Raven 7, so it's indie. 68,000 positive reviews. That's insane, by the way. It goes to show you can really do... Like, you can really do this. Like, that's crazy. That's so cool. 2017, okay. This footage is still early access. Is it multiplayer or is it just single player? Because it's giving multiplayer, but obviously it's a single player. It's a single player Battlefield. Modding in mind. There's loads of mods on the workshop. Okay. Right. Cool. Did I check out Nodebuster? Not yet. I've been editing all week. I haven't played any games. But I do have my game review ready, which is pretty cool. So that'll be next Friday. All right, let's actually, can we find the documentation for this? Because I want to try and understand. Like, Godot engine. I want to understand the spring arm. Innovative design. Godot 4.2 beta. Supporting project financially. Jump to the downloads. Try the web editor. Testing group. Change log. Little changes. Known issues. Is there documentation for this already, or is it no? Stable branch? How do I switch? There we go. 4.3, stable, latest. Yeah, okay, so this is 4. This is the latest development version. What's the name of the node? It's called Springbone Simulator. Cool, let's check it out. Okay, it can be used with wiggle hair cloth. It is, if you set up the root bone and the end bone is treated as one bone chain. Note that it does not support branch change like Y-shaped chains. Yeah, cool, that's fine. So you would need 2 for that. Several properties can be applied: joint stiffness, joint drag. For simplicity, you can set values to all joints at the same time by using a curve. If you want a specific detailed values, set individual config to true. Huh. Oh, so you can individually adjust each bone to make it like more or less. Okay, that's cool. Sets the stiffness of the joint at the bone chain. Sets the radius of the bone chain is used to move and slide the spring bone collision 3D in the collision list. The value is scaled by the radius dampening curve. Each value set radius dampening curve sets the joint root bone, set root bone name. Okay. I want to know about, okay, so stiffness is, I still don't really understand. Sets the drag force at the joint in the bone chain list when the is config individual true. But did they ever explain what drag is? Because I don't fully, I need someone to like write it out for me. A scaled spring bone simulator 3D will not behave as expected. The parent skeleton 3D is not scaled. Yeah, I had that mistake when I first started as well. Okay, so stiffness will make it return back to its original pose faster, right? See, that barely moves versus like a 1 where it like fully goes over. We're watching the cake now. But the drag value has a relationship there. So if I increase this, it will also still bend. It returns quicker, I'll make this 5. Whoa, it is going now. Drag value over 4, not good. Drag value over 2? Okay, so can't make that too high. I understand. And radius. Because really, realistically, treats wouldn't really move that much. Cakes don't move at all, realistically, in real life. Joints enable all child collisions. Collisions. Okay, so that's the other thing that I was kind of curious about. Like, do these interact with, like, collision? Let's just pause these. Let's add, like, a rigid body to the scene. And just make it like a cube, right? Because I don't know, it kind of sounds like it does, but cube, box mesh, and then a new collision shape, 3D, and it's a box shape. Let's just like make it 0.2, 0.2. That's fine. Same here. Yeah, it's not like they hit these things. They don't actually interact with them, I'm assuming. Yeah, it just goes straight through them. So when it says collision, enable all, it's colliding with the other joints. Right, I understand now. Exclude collisions. See how it behaves kind of weirdly? Let's just hide this. Yeah. Cool. I mean, that's pretty straightforward. There's really not a lot to it. It's a very simple node at the end of the day. Center form. There's no notes for this yet. You can set the node for the center, extend bone, individual config. If you want to like individually add an element for every single bone, which would suck, by the way. All right, that's awesome. Now I know how to use the spring bone simulator. I could see how this could definitely be used to make a game where you serve up sweet treats like jelly and cake. Definitely not for anything like Dead or Alive volleyball or anything like that. Was it Dead or Alive volleyball? Was that the game that was like really big in the early thousands? Anyway, let's save this scene. I'm going to keep this. Save scene. Nice. All right, so the other thing that I wanted to try was quit to project list. And I want to go to 4.4 tests, but I need to bring in my third person shooter. GTA Vice City, 4.4 tests. Development projects, third person course. Projects by lesson. Right. We'll go with projects by lesson. Third person course, okay. And then I've got the one that I'm currently working on, which is good enough for me. 4.4 tests. We've got jiggle. We'll bring this in. So I want to set up the other one. We were playing with it last week, but I think we can do something a bit cooler. So we've got the player, and I guess we can just use the same exact mesh. It's fine. And so we can import in Godot. 4.4 tests, weapons, project. Import. Yes. Yeah, I need a new game. For February, I need a game to play. So I played Fountains last month, and that was really fun. I really enjoyed that, but it's February now, and I need to find a game to play. So, what have we got? I was thinking we could go to... YouTube here. Let's go to my personal so I don't have to watch ads. No one wants to watch ads, right? Ads suck. I'm definitely not watching drama YouTube. Stay at Home Dev made a video lately on like this week in Godot. 6 days ago. Oh, I guess I gotta wait another day. This week in Godot, 13 days ago. I don't think I've watched that one yet.
New sneak peek at
I just want to know what games are out. Let's pause the music to find something new to play this month.
Outskirts is more walking simulator than game at the moment, but that's because it's a 3D graphical showcase to show off the capabilities of the engine. We've had some really good 3D
probably not good for like
demos in the past, but the environment here is what really stands out. Set in a fictional 18th century Dutch town, the demo makes use of vertex blend texturing, old-fashioned fog techniques, and some really awesome artistic direction.
Number 2.
A wondrous co-op adventure for 2 players, Our Journey features asymmetric roles that rely on creative communication. As the
wonder if I could... I don't have anyone to play with. I don't have friends.
hero, you'll roam through the world performing physical actions and gathering necessary artifacts, while the spirit conveys cryptic messages through cards and symbols.
Do you ever think like games like this for like co-op are really popular, right? There's a couple of them. I'm guessing there must be a way to play it by yourself, right? Like, there would have to be. Or am I crazy? Every time I start my Twitch stream, it's in like League of Legends. I played League of Legends one time. Software and game development, right? Oh my God. I reckon, okay, so I don't have, obviously, oh my God, where is that?
Both roles must decode each other's clues to traverse diverse biomes, meet intriguing characters,
really
and
interesting.
secure vital equipment. The focus here is on teamwork, and you're going to be forging new paths and collaborating to overcome all the obstacles you encounter. Locked in the swirling depths of a forsaken space station, you awaken with lungs burning from a strange fluid. Hangar 8 is a psychological horror game that blends sci-fi exploration with a haunting spot the difference mechanic, challenging you to spot
like
and
that
report
train
anomalies
station
as you
game,
creep through
but
looping
like in
corridors.
space.
Randomized disturbances, from subtle environmental changes to terrifying creatures, keep each run unpredictable. While hunting for 6 key items and reading Lost Crew logbooks, you'll also unlock new horrors and piece together the station's grim past. Chaos meets speed
Nothing's really speaking to me.
in Dragon Gate, a
What's the part of you testing White Fox tip here? It's better if you're template modular. It's easy to give adjustments on everything from inspector, car included. This is Vasco from Discord. Hey, Vasco. Yeah, it's always good to have modular components that allow what you make to be like chopped and changed, so that you can take it out. So like in mine, you can remove the weapon manager. You could remove the character. It would still be fine. It wouldn't really matter. If you remove the state machine, well, your character wouldn't move, but everything else would work in theory. They do all communicate with each other. They require each other to fully function, but they don't depend on each other. And that's probably the key word. So yeah, I see what you're saying. Modularity is really key. Are we in? Is this in 4.4? Yes, it is. Okay, so this is a racing game, so I'm not...
strategy, as any racer lagging too far behind faces annihilation by a massive orbital beam. Bolster your ride with powerful...
I remember this is kind of like a game I played when I was a kid. That's kind of cool.
Weapons like Gatling guns or portal cannons, then watch alliances form and crumble as rivals fight to reach 10 points first. Even elimination doesn't mean the end. You can still have vengeance by unleashing homing missiles from the sidelines. Just don't let your hopes go up in cosmic dust. And before we get to our last spot, congrats to last week's winner, Fountains.
It's a
Be
good
sure to
game.
vote for your favorite in the comments to have them included in this year's Godot Game Awards. And like last year, just because a game doesn't win its week,
It's freaking hard, man. This game, Fountains. I don't know. It's like as difficult as Elden Ring, but it's 2D, so like the movements from the enemies are not as like obvious. So you have to really know the fight before you can beat it. I have to like fight the bosses, like 50, 100 times. But it's really satisfying when you do win. And the exploration is like top tier.
doesn't mean it can't be included in the awards.
Number 5.
Neon-coded subcultures light the way in Hacky,
I'm not playing
a
that.
cyberpunk typing simulator that thrusts you into the role of an elite hacker. Simple commands
is, like,
let you
not my
infiltrate
game.
networks and snatch valuable data, all while avoiding a skyrocketing system alert. No coding knowledge is required, just type, strategize,
But maybe that's
and
why I
push
should
deeper
play it,
into
because it
pixel
doesn't
art
appeal to me.
cyberspace for increasingly bigger rewards. Between
I'll wait until next week. Okay. Let's make some heads turn. Why isn't go here? All right, so this is the 4.4. I just want to, I'm paranoid that I'm messing up my project, but this is 4.4 test. So this is a duplicate. Project settings, 4.4 head turn test. Has the tools for you to succeed. What the heck? What the heck? They're getting smarter. Okay. All right. Test 4.4. It's okay to make changes. Don't be afraid. All right. Okay. So the newest feature is like heads locking on, right? So say, for example, you were playing a third-person game, even a first-person game, and there was NPCs in the world. When you walk up to them, you would expect them to look at you. Right, that's a pretty common feature in games, right? So I think we can do that now. I just have to make like a character. We'll use the exact same one. So we'll just be looking at a mirror version of ourselves. So like, we'll just have it. Oh my God, so annoying. Hang on a second. I just have to fix the animations. What a nightmare. I really gotta fix that. I think I know what to do. It's just a matter of going through them. Okay, here we go. One by one, we just have to delete this line. Run backwards, delete this. Blender screwed me. I gotta go find what the keyframe is on one of these animations. I guess they all have this keyframe, so it's in all of them. Hey, Mr. Forgettable, welcome to the stream. How you doing? Haven't seen you in a bit. How's school going? delete, delete, delete. Otherwise, this is not going to look good. I was going to work on my super secret project today, but I forgot to move it off my Linux hard drive. Slurping on some noodles. Nice. I've had noodles in ages. You know, I was walking past like an Asian grocery mart. We have a lot of them in Australia. So like anytime you go to the shops, there's always an Asian. They're normally not in the script. Like they'll just say like Asian groceries. And they've always got like packet ramen, but it's like not like you could just go to like any store, like the regular major supermarket chains and get packet ramen. But like the ones that are outside the Asian supermarkets are like, I've never seen them before. They probably taste the same. But like I was walking past one today and I was like, low key, like, man, I could go for some packet noodles. Is deleted. Always love some Migaren, you know. To run full idle. Okay, so now it should work. Yeah, he turns now. Excellent. Okay. Do you cook them or you just eat them raw? People used to eat them raw here. I actually I always cook them. But like when I was a kid, people used to like bring them to school and they'd get like the little flavor sachet and they'd just like open it up, pour the flavor in and then like smash all the noodles into like little bits and pieces and mix it all together in the packet and then just eat it like hard still. Savages, if you ask me. Okay. So now that's working, we can go and find, we can create like a non-player model, right? Okay, so I guess we just need to create a 3D scene. We'll call this a non-player. Non-player. I've never eaten them raw. Yeah, I used to see it all the time when I was in school. I haven't seen it, obviously, like when you're an adult, you don't see many people eat, you know, unless you're at work. But like, even then, because you're not eating at the same time. But yeah, like at school, I feel like I saw people do that all the time. I've tried it. It's not my thing because like it's way better with the broth, you know, like with the water, in my opinion. Okay, so we can just bring in the same character. I don't think we need to make sure that we've got a different character. So we want this one here. And we'll just make it editable. Oh, it's not happy. That's interesting. Right hand. Oh, of course not. I think it's okay. I'm literally going to have it idle. Here I was talking about component tree, and this is actually dependent on a couple of nodes in the other thing. So it's like you can't resolve those tracks. I don't think that's going to affect the ability for the game to run, to be honest. What happens now if I save this? In the world. It's what happens when you cut corners, isn't it? Okay. It's just standing there looking kind of dumb. Alright, great. Okay, so we got that going. He's in the air, I didn't know that. Easy. So what we'll do is, first of all, we'll choose a different animation because this one kind of sucks. His arms are a little bit more further apart. I think it's a little bit more animated. Okay, so if we come in here and we go with a, what is it called? It's called a, oh, it's in the modifiers. I can't remember its name. I might have to go look it up. Bone attachment, skeleton modifier 3D, lookout modifier 3D, right? Ooh, there's a whole bunch of them. Retarget modifier? A modifier transfer parent skeleton pose to a child skeleton pose. Huh. There's more for me to research. Anyway, we want lookout modifier. And the target node, well, that's what we're going to need to set, isn't it? So, I guess, do we have a node in this that is like the target? So we create a node 3D and we just call it like dummy target, right? And the target for this is the dummy target. And this, when we do come into proximity of the player, here we go again. Yeah, we're back onto it. No, this time it's a more sensible purpose, so we'll be okay. We'll go with the neck, right? And this is pretty good, right? So obviously we don't want him to be able to turn all the way around. So let's set that up. Everything else is fine. Like, it works pretty much as intended. So say that's a little bit too far. Like, I don't know about you guys, but my neck can't turn that far. It's more like that much. So Starks, I'm sorry, I don't remember you. Welcome to the stream. Look at modifier. So, angle limitation. Primary limit angle 360. Primary damp threshold. Use symmetry. Okay. Okay. Oh, easy. Right. He just looks down and then he'll go to the other side. Okay. That's good. Hell no. Anyways, you work as a game dev? I mean, I don't work as a game dev. It's more as a hobby. I wish I worked. Is it not possible to do it with the shoulders? I think if we did it with the shoulders, it would... So spine 2 is the next one. He'll turn his entire body. I mean, if you wanted that, I guess it would be okay. What does that look like? I mean, it's not... Yeah, I guess it just depends on what you're going for. See, if the character was holding a weapon, this guy isn't right now, that would actually be, like, legit. I've been wanting to reach you.
We've been trying to reach you by car's extended warranty.
I mean, I could kind of use one. You know what happened to me? I got screwed by my insurance company. It's so annoying. Ugh. But there was a massive storm the other day. Got some hail on the rails of the car. It's I mean, it's typical for this time of year to have hail. If you were a game developer, I'd never play those games. Well, I mean, you might though. What if they were good? But yeah, I got some like mad hail in my car, but it's like not super bad. Like, I got it appraised and the guy was like, it's about $350 repair job. And it's like, whatever. I think I'll just leave it. Not actually make the insurance. Insurance company was being a real pain in the ass about it, so we'll just let it go. Okay, so neck I think is more appropriate for this guy. What happens if I go up and down? Like, what does this look like? Okay, so the angle limitations work pretty well just out of the box. It's not too much of a problem. What's my GPU? It's an AMD... should be in the output, actually, to be honest. It's a Radeon RX 6750 XT. There you go. It works just fine. Okay, that is, I don't know about you guys, but my neck does not go that far. Okay, so I wonder if we can limit that. So I reckon primary angle for the head, 90. Secondary angle limit. Is that gonna, okay. Oh yeah, nice. Okay, so about 60. How far do you reckon? Like my head, I mean, it depends on your, like the health of your neck. I think that's fine. Can't fault you for like not going that far back. What was my experience? Drawbacks when making 3D. yours does. How far back does your neck go in games? I think that's probably, this is pretty good. I think if you can do your neck this far back, like you have a pretty healthy neck. Okay, so buying a new GPU, I guess it depends where you're from. Like I'm from Australia. It's been a really long time since I bought a GPU. And it really just depends. I think you should wait for something to go on special. You should not buy anything brand new. Like don't go and get the 5090 or the 5080 or anything 50. I wouldn't even say you need to get like a 40 series if you're going to get an NVIDIA. You could get away with a 30 series still. Like graphics aren't moving that quickly anymore. You don't need to upgrade your hardware that often. Like I didn't upgrade my CPU for 10 years and it was honestly fine. I didn't really notice. You know, it wasn't until I tried to do AI that it became an issue. So yeah, occasionally a technology will come along that'll like really screw you up, but like I have a very scary but fun toy, a thing that turns 326 votes into 30,000 votes or something silly like that. NA Games, what are you talking about? Are you rigging elections? Are you the reason that we're living in this fascist hellhole? Actually, I don't live in a fascist hellhole. Not yet. Not until Peter Dutton takes over, but then we don't have to worry about that. Alright, so his head looks pretty good. So these dampenings... Oh, dampening threshold. What does that do? The threshold just start dampening the secondary angle limit. Ooh, let's see what that changes. Huh. Let's turn this one down to like 0.2. I feel like it works better now. Okay, so the only thing I don't really like, that ain't me, is the fact that if you walked all the way around, he'll just snap his head over. I wonder if there's a way to control that. That's the goose fat. Sorry, did I say the wrong name? Symmetry limitation. Time-based interpolation. Duration. I don't understand this. The duration, oh, excuse me. The duration of time-based interpolation. Interpolation is triggered at the following cases: when the target node is changed, when the axis is flipped due to angle limitation. This is exactly what I'm looking for. So let's go with like 0.1 second. So now we go around the back. We go to the other side. Oh, yes. Perfect. My dog was moving around. Okay, great. Okay, so that's pretty much exactly what we want. So now we just need to detect the player. So we create an area 3D and we will do collision shape, right? All right, box shape. Actually, let's go with the... You all right, mate? She's really uncomfortable, I think. I think she's got like a stitch. It's really random. I found like a thing on my dog that it's like a wound she keeps looking at, and I think it's like a stitch from a surgery that she had like 2 years ago that that didn't come out fully, and I'm gonna take someone to have a look at it. I think someone needs to yank that thing out of her. Linux is totally fine. It corrupts Windows, or Windows corrupts Linux. Everything is totally going fine. Oh, that's right. You tried to install Linux. And it's on a laptop, so I'm assuming you're trying to do it on the same hard drive, which is pretty much like always an issue, especially with modern day SSDs. It was a little bit different back in the day, but like I find personally that if you want to have a dual boot system, have 2 hard drives. 2 hard drives? 2 hard drives, you shouldn't have issues. Like 100%. Bootloaders are a bit of a problem. Maybe with laptops it's a little bit more difficult. Like with a desktop computer, you can mess around with bootloaders a little bit more and not be too worried. But yeah, if you've got 2 separate hard drives, the only risk is the bootloader, and restoring that's pretty easy. So I don't know. Okay, we have like a little area to detect the player from. Make it a little bit bigger. Okay. USB hard drive and built-in SSD. Okay, that sounds like a bad idea. I mean, did you try Googling that? I've never tried that because I would never try that. You know what I'm saying? Like, USB hard, did you just like test Linux on a USB drive? USB hard drive for Linux? How does that work? Like an external hard drive? When you install the operating system on it, and then it just boots. Because like, how does it write to the fstab and all that kind of stuff? Like in terms of like how you're gonna write to the bootloader's registry. I forget what it's called. There's like a file within your within your like motherboard that has like a list of hard drives and like their locations and what they boot from, all that kind of stuff. And you can mess with that shit. That's what happens when you install an operating system. And like with a removable hard drive, like I can't imagine that going well, because I don't even know how you would detect it to begin with. You can boot from USB, so that's probably okay. I don't know. Like this just screams like a bad idea. Did you Google it beforehand? I don't know anything about it. I'm just like riffing off the top of my head. I've installed Linux so many times, and you do run into issues. Like, you will run into issues, but like I've never tried to install it on an external hard drive. It sounds like a bad idea. Like if you wanted a live, you could have just like kept it on a USB. You didn't have to like actually install it to your like. You know what I mean? Like it, I don't know, man. That feels like it wouldn't work. Okay, so this is an Area 3D. I'm just going to call this player detection. What layer does our player reside on? The layer of the player is layer 2. So this will mask layer 2. Okay, and we'll need a script. That's fine. So, to be honest, it should be on the space. Anyway, so export var dummy look location, dummy look target, and it's a node 3D, right? And then we also want the look at modifier. Look at modifier. I guess it's a look at modifier 3D. So those are really the only 2 things. And then so what we'll do is we also create a variable for the player, which is a character body 3D, right? So we'll assign the look at dummy target and the look at modifier. It works as long as I disconnect the drive before booting into Windows, or when do not click the SSD for Windows. Put the script on the player detection node and the signal when the player enters and exit. You can reuse the code elsewhere. That's a good point. Let's do it. Area 3D. Not that I plan to reuse this, but it is better practice. So we'll put the script. Let's just start again. Delete. Okay, so we'll add the script to Hold on with that. This, oh, hey, where'd the button go? Yeah, am I crazy? There's normally a button here. Attach script, player detection, create. Oh my God. Okay, so we want to look at dummy lookout target, look at all these errors, look at modifier 3D. This is tiny, I can't see it. Okay, so then we can assign the lookout modifier and we can assign, oh, this is the lookout target. And then the look at modifier 3D, we've got the player, right? So basically when we detect we want to go body entered, we connect to ourself, easy. And we also want the body exited, right? And so the player will equal the body. And I guess we'll have to go for lookout active. And it'll be a bool and it'll be equal to true. And we'll set lookout active to true. I cannot see shit right now. Body has no static type. Oh my God. Chill out, bro. It's a node 3D, right? Why did it do that? It should automatically put those in, right? That's going to be a bug with Godot. On body added has no return static type. Oh my God. Okay. Interesting. Could it be Ubuntu having a stroke? I sent my USB hard drive on... Oh, you sent your USB hard drive on Discord? Dude, what are you doing? It works as long as I disconnect the drive before booting into Windows or when I'm in Linux. I do not click the SSD for Windows. I don't know, man. Like, I just don't think you should be installing an operating system to a USB via your computer. Because, like, because you just have the live CD, like, if you have a USB stick, like, the operating system just works off the USB. You don't have to install it, so to speak. Like, I do, but typically the way it works in NA games is that, like, if you connect a signal, it should automatically fill that in for you. I don't know if it's because I copied it or because 4.4 isn't doing that by default. Because 4.3 does, which is different. But yeah, Goosefat, like, I don't know, man. Like, I think you made a mistake installing Ubuntu that way. Because if you wanted it to just be on a USB, like, all you had to do was burn the operating system to the USB via, like, whatever. I don't know what you used for that, like UNet boot in or like Berliner Etcher or whatever. And yeah, I think you went a step too far. USB is 8 gigs and my hard drive is 1 terabyte. Yeah, but that's fine. If you wanted to have like a live CD, I think, could you not have just like made a partition on your 8 gigabyte hard drive, your terabyte hard drive, and put the operating system on that? I don't know. Maybe I'm misunderstanding. Like, I just feel like you could have just had like a live CD on your 1 terabyte hard drive. Like, you didn't need to install it. I think that was a mistake. But yeah, I suggest you consult the internet for that one. Okay, so on body exited, we'll just look at is false. I guess we set the player, assuming it could be different, you know, player equals null. Right? Okay, so that's fine. And then essentially we're gonna need. Do we need process? I'm just a little bit confused. I might not need this variable. Let's just try without it. Okay. I think I'm going a step too far with this variable. Let's just go look at modifier. Dot set active to true. And then we set the, oh yeah, you know what I'm okay, so I was playing around with the dummy target. I actually don't think we're going to use that because it actually leads to a lot of complexity that I'm not really into right now. So we'll delete that and we'll just go with lookout modifier dot target node equals player. I didn't even really. Hey, Tyrant up blimp. That is so loud. I gotta fix that. Welcome to the stream. Thank you for the raid. Okay. So, do I even need to like store the player as a variable? I think I can get it, like the way the lookout modifier seems to work, I feel like I could just get away with setting that here and then on body exited, you just set active to false. Right now, you are hard coding the player detection to only work in the scenario with the lookout modifier. Yeah, that's fine. That's what I'm trying to do. I think. What's wrong with that? Node 3D cannot be assigned to variable path of node path. Ah, interesting. Yeah, we're doing good. We're playing around with Godot 4.4. Yeah, in our games, what I was going to say, the only thing that I'm trying to do right now is make the head turn to look at the player when it walks into the area. That's it. I'm not trying to do anything else. Realistically, you put the script on this, and then when it detects it, you go out to that. Like, you just ping that and say, hey, this is the body you need to target now. And when it exits. So this needs to be .get node path? Or is it just node path? I forget the name of the function. Let's Google it. Node path. How do you get a node path? Get name, has name. Well, it's object, right? Like a pre-passed. It's really just like object. Yeah, well, that's why I deleted it, because I was like, I don't think, I'll be honest with you, I don't think I need to do that. God damn. Inherits object. Dude, I feel like I'm really out of like step with the docs. I feel like I used to be able to find stuff really quickly, and I haven't like checked in ages. Node 3D. Global bases, scale. Like, where is the function get node come from? Is that tree? Like, what is that? Get node? That's the function. It comes from node. Get node path, node path. Fetches the node path and can either be a relative path or an absolute path from the scene tree. But how do I get the node path if I have the node? That's my question. Is it get path? Oh yes, there is a function, and it is inherited from objects. So yeah, 100% get path returns the path to this directory. So that's the one you want to use in this case. Body.get path. I feel like things are different in 4.4. Okay, and then the lookout modifier can just be set to null, but we're turning it off anyway. So target node equals null. And then that actually gets set to false. Cannot assign, okay. Well, we'll just leave that blank for now. All right, I think that should work. Okay, Goosefat writes, my SSD is for Windows 200. Do you mean, what? And something gig, and the hard drive 1 terabyte on trying to put Linux on. I did have a working up until I effed up. It went into recovery mode because Linux doesn't like Windows clearly, and accidentally pushed Linux instead of Windows and corrupted Linux, and it has gone down ever since. Honestly, Goose, I think the issue is you tried to install an operating system from an external drive, and I don't know because I've never tried, but intuitively that's like a big problem for like how operating systems are installed onto computers because of the bootloader. I can't see how that would work because I have enough troubles as it is trying to add something to that file, and like being an external drive, I don't think help with 3D, but I'm only good with 2D. That's okay. We're here. All right. So I think this just works, right? Let's just. Oh, is he watching me? He's watching me. Look at him. Dude. That's pretty cool. And if I walk away, he just goes back to looking straight ahead. So I think probably there could be some easing on the... Okay, so, and I think maybe we can give his head turn a bit more. It's actually so simple. Like when you look at the amount of code required, it's nothing. You just said that's true and false, right? It automatically goes to Windows. Yeah, but probably because it failed to install it to the bootloader, I would say. Just an idea. But that's a very technical thing, and sometimes that can be tricky. Listen, Goosefat, I think you fucked up. You should probably just like try to reset Windows and then start from scratch and try to like figure out how you can run Linux on a live CD of 1 terabyte. Because there'd be a way to set that up. It'd be way smarter to do it that way. Safer too. Hey, thanks so much for the follow, Tyrano Blimp. Wait, I can't read. Sorry. Tyranno Blimp. There you go. Okay, so let's delete the dummy target, and the lookout modifier can just be blank. Okay, so this is pretty much good to go. I think we give him a little bit more on the neck. Yeah, that's nice. Well, if Windows is the only thing, if Windows is okay and Linux is the one that's broken, I would say just look into setting up that 1 terabyte hard drive as a live CD and just leave it at that. Because if you just want to run Linux off a hard drive, an external hard drive, I don't think you need to install the operating system like from the installing section. Just check around Google. Even after unplugging it, replugging it until I messed up today. Yeah, I think it was only a matter of time. I don't know. Or I don't know, maybe you know something that I don't, but like I just feel like you just install that as a live CD and you're good to go. Anyway, this is game dev. Okay, so right, so we were looking at the dampening. Like when he goes off and on, it's not like It's too snappy, right? So time-based interpolation, when the axis is flipped, when the target node is changed. What if we just set the target node to something straight in front of his head? Or we could set the influence to 0. We could tween the influence to nothing. So instead of setting it to false, I got a Space Explorer top-down game. Let me start again. I've got a Space Explorer top-down game working where the enemies will turn to face the player when the player enters their area. You could use a tween. Yeah, I agree. 0.5 seconds, perfect. I reckon do a tween. That's easier. It's going to depend on the circumstance, right? Like what you actually do in this situation. I cast Windows. So you just like get tree dot create tween dot tween property, and it's going to be self influence. Final variant will be 0, and duration will be 0.5, something like that. You can actually just do create tween by placing it in a variable. Yeah, there's a bunch of ways you can do it. I just did it this way. And then I would say then this needs to be set to set influence 1. This needs to be set to active, and then 0 by default. Something. 0.5 seconds might be a bit slow, to be honest. Is that not working? I've got a bunch of errors. Tween property influence does not exist in object player detection. Oh, yeah, fucking I'm an idiot. Sorry, my bad. Shouldn't swear like that. There we go. 0.5 seconds is a little bit too slow. I'm gonna pop this out so I can read a bit better. I reckon, I mean, if we want to be specky, we can just go turn, head turn, right. It's a float, and we'll make it like 0.2. And then we can set that to this. And I mean, you could put like a bunch of different things on the property, but I think linear is okay. And it's just that easy. Like, it's so simple and it looks so good. And then when you walk away, it's done. That's so crazy. So the only thing I think is really an issue here is that the target node is not, so like he's not looking at his head, like he's sort of looking down, because the center of this particular object, the player, is probably at the center of the body. I actually don't know. Okay, on Friday was my first time out of the house by myself, and I went with my friend going to Woolies, which is a supermarket chain in Australia, by the way, and I walked home alone for the first time. Goosefat, how old are you? I'm concerned that I have very young people in my chat right now. I'm just dropping F-bombs. 16, okay. That still feels like a little bit too old to be walking. Actually, no, I had really strict parents. I wasn't allowed out by myself either. Doesn't mean I didn't. I'm 31. I'm 35. I'm old as heck, bro. Can you set the offset to like 0.3? I suppose. I wonder if there's there's a good point. Non-player. There is like origin settings offset. Hard to say how that'll look. I feel like he's looking further down. Hang on a second. Okay. Yeah, you just make it like -1, right? I suppose that's fine. Face to face with your copy. Like 1.1. I mean, this is very like, because if I was going to do this in a game, I would probably create a node within the player and just call it like, it would just be like a node 3D. And we'd just call it like head target. And then just like put that there, drag it up so that it's in where the head is. Actually, you know what? That's not really the best way. You would create a bone, what is it called? A bone, dude, I'm forgetting everything. Bone attachment 3D. And it would just be like head attachment. And we would use an external skeleton. Why can't I see it? Oh, dude. Editable children. So annoying, actually. Skeleton 3D. Bone name. Head. And then you put the head target in that. And now, well, it's still going to be like at the neck, right? It's not quite right. Is there one above it? Head top end. Not quite. Head top end end. Oh, it could be really up there. I guess you just pick one that feels right. I'll be back. I need to cause chaos with my brother. Oh my god. Yeah, it's at the top of his head, I guess. That's fine. Anyway, so you do that. And then in the player, you just create a variable. I'm feeling kind of lazy, so I'm just going to drag it. And it could just be called the head target. It has no static type. Oh my god. And then in the non-player character, we're kind of hard coding everything because this is now very dependent on the player. The target is body dot. What did I call it? What did I call that thing? Head target. Dot get path. And then you get rid of the offset. I don't know why that would be necessary, but like, just in case. Now he's looking too far up. Yeah, so maybe offset is the way to go. Okay, no, but what about if the player, right? Go to the player, go to the head attachment. What if that was not the top end and instead the head? It's still too high. What if it was the neck? The spine? At what point? I gotta head out so I can get some sleep. Have a good rest of your stream. I'll catch you next time. No worries, Tyrannoblimp. I'll see you then. Alright. So yeah, I guess the chest works best. Or you can set the offset to some positive number now. Yeah, I suppose. I reckon... I guess it is just... See, but that's kind of weird, right? Oh well. What if can I like add like attach a mesh instance and then create like a new sphere mesh and make it small? I guess I have to make it big enough that I can see it. Okay, that didn't work. It's in the non-player. Okay, delete. That's weird. I don't know why that happened. I just want to put like a mesh instance on this so I can see where it ends up in the... Chaos has been caused. I changed the color of my brother's lights through Google Home. You are a menace to society, my friend. Okay. Okay, I mean, I guess. It's just got like a... Yeah, I don't know. Because, like, what if we changed poses? Like, would it, sort of, like, cause issues? Why didn't it TTS? I don't know. I have everything turned up, so I'm not too sure. I have to, like, figure out why that doesn't work all the time. Current animation. I think probably, yeah, I don't know, like whether offset versus like a node is okay. Honestly, not too sure. Still though, it's really cool. It's so easy. This is actually like such a cool little node that they've added that's so easy to put together that it just makes everything like really straightforward, really simple. Like it really doesn't take that much tweaking, because doing this before would have been a nightmare. I guess it was an add-on prior. Good stuff. Cool. All right. That's the two things that I wanted to test out. Now I have some work to do. Okay, quit this. I need to finish off. Close that. Back out of here. If I have any Godots open. So I want to go to project. Weapon. So project by weapon. So this is the actual course that I've been working on. I need to finish off the weapons so that I can actually script out the rest of the course. I got like 5 more videos to make, I think, roughly. And the problem is I changed the way that it's going to go, and that's always a bit of an issue when you do things, right? And I have to go and delete all these again. I should fix that. Let's open up Blender. What is this keyframe? Behold, my jelly. The only thing I think of for TTS is there a second timer on the bot? Maybe. Good point. I should check. Oh, you know what? I think there's a max number that you can do per session. I'd check that. Open recent. Spacesuit. Community. Leaderboards. I don't actually know. I forget. Viewer rewards. Here it is. Rewards. Power-ups and channel points. Emotes. Drops. Customize points. Channel points. Manage power-up. Okay, here we go. TTS. Edit. So they cost 100 points. Okay, here we go. So there's a 5-minute cooldown between when you can do TTS, and you can only do 5 per stream. Oh, there is max total redemptions is 5 per stream for me, and the max number per user is 3. So I can change all of that. What if I just leave it blank? I can remove the limits, and I don't know. Time between redemptions up to 7 days. That's so funny. Let's just turn off cooldowns. I don't care anymore. It's honestly not a big deal. I was worried that it would become a problem getting spammed and stuff, but I mean, I made it so that was actually impossible. We'll see. I'll turn it off. Go crazy. See what happens. I might need to turn it back on again. Okay, so I gotta fix whatever the heck is going on with this armature, because it is screwing up my life, man. Let's just select everything. Did it not work? Okay, so this doesn't seem to have anything. Let's go to the top. So if I go object mode, is there a key? Didn't work. I don't know, man. I've turned it off now, so. It's not in pose mode. The armature itself has a keyframe, and I don't know what it's in. The armature shouldn't have a keyframe. Now it's just a point black hole. Yeah, you're just wasting your points. Don't know, bro. Sorry, I turned off cooldowns, so I thought it would work. Request viewer to enter text, require viewer to enter text, short summary, notification view. Do I have to like skip reward? If enabled, only future viewer requests will skip the queue. Do I have to like do something on my end? I actually don't know. TTS test. It's coming up on the activity feed, but it's not getting read out. I might need to check like stream elements or something. I actually don't know. Who knows? Anyway, let's try to focus. Go to the actual website for the bot. Yeah, I have to do that. I gotta get back to this though. What is the keyframe on this? Dope sheet. Yeah, just don't put any more points into it. Obviously. There's a way that we can test this because I have unlimited points in my channel, so I can actually do I can do a TTS myself. Not coming through. I am very confused about what keyframe is making this node here have a keyframe. It's definitely the bot, yeah. Right, just delete them manually again. Every time I have to change the every single time that I have to change the mesh or like the model, update the animations, I have to go through and delete it. And it's really frustrating and I don't know what's causing it. Like every single one, I don't know, tons. I don't have that many chatters. We have like, you know, a couple of active people in the community and they are holding up my shorts platform, basically. You guys are the belt to my shorts. I made one specifically about you, Goose, but I never actually posted it. I can post it if you like. Deleted. Oh my god. How frustrating. Okay, so that's back to normal. Happy days. Okay, so let's just make sure this is running properly. Where I'm up to at the moment is I've got the change weapon animation and that's working. And I can also change weapons and that's working. But when I go back, he doesn't do an animation yet. Now, the reason that this is suddenly an issue, in spite of the fact that I worked on this like a couple of months ago, is because I changed the way everything works, which is fine, I guess, but it does mean I have to like reteach myself how to actually do this bit. So overall, the node tree, which is very small right now, is much more simple. Because instead of having the need for more transitions, what I actually ended up doing was I ended up having two state machines. So when you're armed, you have like a separate set of states. And when you're unarmed, you have a separate set of states, right? Right now, they have the same sets of movement. But in theory, I could make it so that when you're not holding your weapon, you can, you can't aim, you can't sprint or something like that, you know? It needs to get bigger, the point, black hole. I don't care if I waste my points. Dude, that's so weird, but okay. So, this works really good in terms of like keeping the script for the animation controller really simple. So the script for the animation controller for the original third-person controller was a lot more complicated. This one here, I set the combat status based on the state machine. So the state machine emits a signal when you change it, and it just updates this enumerator. And basically, if we have a different combat status, we do different things, right? So like we don't have to like update multiple different things, because even though the animation blend tree can support updating multiple things, even if they're not active, which you can do, does lead to some like weird coding choices, right? So this becomes like much cleaner code. Now, the other thing that I'm doing as well that's different, this is like impossible to read, is that I'm setting the animations for the weapon to be, they're held on the resource rather than just in the tree. So this makes the tree like a lot simpler, because in the old version, when I had the animation character model, animation tree, I had like another transition state for the weapons instead of just a simple tree with one shots that we just have to control. Now, the issue is at this point that the change weapon one shot is here, but the combat transition state machine thingo is here. Your Twitch just oofed itself? Oh, that sucks. Is it my Twitch as a whole or just like Twitch in general? Oh well. So I think this needs to be moved in front of this transition so that it can be played when we transition out of having a weapon. So that's what I want to try now. So if I disconnect this, I don't want to delete that. So if I disconnect this from here, theoretically I shouldn't have to change any of my code because the pathing is the same. That goes to the output and then that sits here. So now this one shot can be fired. I don't know what this is going to look like in non-combat. Let's go to the idle. Okay, it looks fine. Great. This has filters on it? Yeah, it does. It's just the upper body. Okay, excellent. Let's try. Theoretically, it should just work. Oh, you know what? Yeah, okay. Yes, it does just work. And it looks ridiculous. Okay, so the other issue that I've got is that when I equip and unequip the weapon, it instantly deletes or changes the weapon. So like when I change, it just instantly shifts to a pistol or a rifle. And when I unequip the weapon, it just instantly deletes it rather than waiting until his hand is behind his back. So I'm not 100% sure how I'm gonna deal with that. I've wasted like 300 points to the point of the black hole because why not? And I don't care. Both of us are not winning in this situation, Goose. I don't get money for those points. So like, save them, bro. Throwing them at nothing. Throwing them at the wall. Oof, that was a bit noisy. What did you think? Did you think people got paid for channel points? Oh, you know. Okay, you know. No, the points don't matter. Okay, so the question is, how can I control that? I was thinking with just time, right? Because markers don't exist yet, and I guess you could. Oh, you know, I could code a function. So we could go to the animation for unequip. It's actually called change weapon. And we could do the same thing as before. I think, honestly, it's probably the best way to go about it. So we could just add a track or a call method track. And we could call method on the character model. And what would the function be? This is the hard part, right? Because like, how do we get the information to the... I may or may not be eating... Sound like me. Wait, what? I don't understand. So... when we change weapons... No speech to text, yeah. So on weapon manager, weapon changed. Sour gummy worms. I love sour gummy worms. They're so good. On weapon manager, weapon changed. So there's a bit of an issue. We attach the weapon to the hand, but we don't want to do that until he's behind his... So you can defer that. So basically, I think what I've done in the past is I essentially have a variable called like next weapon, and is it a pack scene? I think it's a pack scene. Right? And so you essentially go, and instead of attach weapon to hand, you go next weapon equals weapon.mesh, even though it's a pack scene. And then you comment that out and you create a function, not attach weapon to hand, because you need to know what's happening, right? So we can create a function called I actually don't know, like figure out function name, figure out if the I gotta put underscores, if the weapon should go away, on, back, or should change. That's what the function's going to do. That's good. That's fine. That's fine as a function name. That's a great function name. I don't know what you guys are talking about. And basically, we are going to want to match the situation. So we want to match the combat status, right? And actually, not the... We want to match the current combat status. And if the current combat status is equal to combat status dot non-combat, then we want to remove weapon from hand. What's this function here? Simple. That's an if statement. Oh my god. Can I even code right now? What the hell? Should look like this. Anyway, I got too caught up in my joke. Okay, so combat status dot non-combat and combat status dot combat. Combat? Combat. That sounds kind of racist. My bad. And this, if we're in combat, we want to attach a weapon to a hand, and it's going to be the next weapon. Okay? I didn't spell that right. I'm good. I'm okay, guys. Okay, so the other thing we want to do is also check that if next weapon, attach next weapon to hand. And then next weapon should get set to null. Okay. So we set the next weapon when we're changing weapon. Okay, easy. This is definitely not going to cause issues. And then we're going to insert a key, and it's going to be figure out if the weapon should go away on the back or should change. And that'll be called roughly there. Makes sense? Let's see if it works. It does not. Now, I've had issues with this before, and this is mostly because the animation tree... Oh, you know what it is? It's the filtering. So we go back to the animation tree, go to the edit filters on the change weapon, and we want to include functions on the filtering. Now, I actually expect this to crash when we first run, because there's not going to be a next weapon, and he's just doing this. Oh, it's just going to loop. Okay. Interesting behavior. But it will work for this, which is great. But for this, not so much. Okay, so I wonder what the issue is there. Could happen a little bit earlier, to be honest. I don't know. Break loop at end. Why would it loop? Is it set to loop? It's not set to loop. It's a one shot. Custom timeline. Play mode forward. Resource. Could be a blending thing. Let's see. Take off the blending. It's not, and it looks terrible. Okay. What might cause that to loop over and over? Go back to the code. Go back to the code. That one there. Okay, so figure out if the weapon should go away or back or should change. So if it's non-combat, it should be removed from hand, which I'm pretty sure that's where it's going. And then I'm asking, oh, I'm playing that one-shot request. Okay. Linux is working, now just flashbanging me. Excuse me? I don't understand. Okay. So this is why, because this function continually requests that same. So I probably... So, you know what it is? Remove weapon from hand. So basically, this needs to be the function. On combat status change needs to call, figure out if the weapon should go away on the back or should change. Okay. The other thing that I forgot to do. Let's remove this. Yeah. And now it won't loop indefinitely. Okay. I can always use dark mode and decided, yeah, just, yeah, I mean, if that's what you meant, yeah. Dark mode is the way. Okay, remove weapon from hand. Attach weapon to hand. Figure out if the weapon should go away. Okay. Instead, I should not call the function. I should call the animation. I understand now. Okay. So that's a lot better, but now we obviously have an issue with the positioning of the weapon. I just decided to turn around. I don't know what that bug is. I gotta fix that. Alright. Also, the rotation of the model looks kind of sus, eh? I guess that's just how it looks. Alright. The reason that happens is because the position of the weapon is animated. Because every weapon needs to have like a unique position. So why would it go back to that position? Let's load up a weapon. So if I load up a weapon, say for example the rifle, into the weapon point, it's just going to be in a random position because this is set to 0, 0. But if I go to the animation player and if I play, I believe rifle pose 0, 1, now it has information on the position, right? So it knows exactly where to go based on that. And it will always be in that position after that until you change to the other weapon. But change weapon, see, it looks okay here. I wonder why it doesn't look okay in the game. Now, this is probably a blending issue. Maybe a filtering issue. I think it might be a filtering issue. Hang on a second. It's a lot of fiddling around with these animations. Positions. Here we go. Position and rotation for the weapon point. Easy. Okay, let's delete that. Okay. It didn't work. And it seems kind of worse, man. I'll be honest with you. Because it wasn't doing it when we switched. It was only doing it when we put it away. I like how it's like, you know what it is. I feel like it's moving. So annoying. So close, but so far. How does this end up being worse? Right, like that's kind of weird, isn't it? So it's just when we put it away, but here it's totally fine. Okay. Dude, this is kind of like, it's a little bit frustrating, to be honest. Combat transition, is that what it is? There's some filtering here that, because basically what's happening is I go to non-combat, right? The animation is in this. Do I need to blend? And because we go to non-combat, that gets reset to 0. There is no reset, so theoretically, unless in idle there is actually like a 0 point, I don't think it's animated anywhere else. So like I actually can't explain that except for the fact that it's just like a quirk of it not being a current animation anymore. But if we filtered it, it was a problem everywhere, right? Animation tree, animation tree. So the blend for the weapons includes the position and rotation. Okay. And if I exclude that, then obviously it doesn't work anymore at all. Oh wait, yes. Oh wait, it does. Wait, what the heck? Weapon point. Why does it not need that? I'm actually a little bit lost as to why that is fine there, but if we include it in the filtering, Hmm. I don't know. Does it matter? Maybe we just roll with it. Because it's kind of impossible. Like, the only other way to fix that would be to, like, set the position via code. And then, instead of in the animation. So you could store it in the weapon, like the vector 3s for the rotation and the position of the weapon. And then have it be at that position when it switches weapons. Something like that. It's probably fine. I don't know. Character just pulling weapons out of thin air. It also should be way faster, I think. Play mode, forward, backwards, custom timeline, timeline length. Make it like half a second. Nice. Now, if I make it really fast, no one can tell that it's like broken. Spaghetti code is tasty? Mate, this is not spaghetti code, I promise you. Still an issue that it doesn't change weapon play mode forward. I don't know. We'll put a pin on that one. We'll come back to it. All right. So that's pretty easy, to be honest. That's like all of the basic code for the animations. So then it's just a matter of like the shooting mechanics. So I just have to make the character be able to shoot and have like a UI for it. I'm not saying it's spaghetti, but code in general is. My code ain't spaghetti. Excuse me. All right. Cool. Keep that. So it's really just a matter of the shooting mechanics. Pretty easy. Okay. Alrighty. I think that's pretty good. Like, not a bad little system we've got going on. Be good to go soon. Very soon. I still wish I could figure out what it is about this, I really need to stop eating sour gummy worms. You're gonna put, like, cuts in your mouth, bro. Hip, spine, Mixamo rig. Right, toe base. This is all just like, it's not, this doesn't make any sense. It's all Mixamo. So it's the armature, but it's not the armature, if you know what I'm saying. I wish I understood what that was. What's going on, guys? Dude, I don't even know. Have I got both channels on this one? No, I don't. I don't know. I'm bored. I gotta find a game for next month. What game should I play? It needs to be indie and preferably Godot, but it doesn't have to be Godot. What has legs and gun to Twitch? Silly speech to text. What has Linux done to Twitch? I don't know, man. What should I play? Node Buster? That was something that NA Games recommended? How about fix TTS? I don't even remember the name of the bot that does TTS. Here it is here. Properties? IsaiahCreati.com, right? Bro, I don't remember. Channel point bot. Might just switch to... Log on with Twitch. Let's see what we can do. Dashboard. Alert URL. TTS limit 56 out of 55,000. I think I'm good in that regard. Video and sound limit 0 out of 15. Extension, rewards, TTS 1x feature, text to feature. Volume 50, character limit 450. Maybe there's a character limit issue, but I feel like you were okay on that. Override template. Yeah, I don't know, man. I think I don't know why it's not working, because everything is set up. Override template, choose the format of TTS message, read out the redeemer's username before the message. I don't think that's necessary. Sound alert, video alert, chat management, punishment, chat mode, VIP show mode, refund reward. Yeah. It seems like it's fine. So why not work? Yeah, dunno. Oh well. Refresh cache of current page. Number. Welcome to the stream. We are troubleshooting some text to speech is not working, and I have no idea why. That's not a big deal. And no more points to the void. Yeah. Well, I have unlimited points, so I tested it, and it didn't work. Creative spot. What about? Can I do a test? Desktop volume's up 100%. I'm controlling it. Right now, I mean, the stream's winding down, but I was working on a third-person shooter template for Godot. We're just sort of at the point now where it runs pretty well. I've just got a couple of polishing up things to do, so we can switch to our weapon manager. We can switch away. The rotations are a little bit scuffed at the moment. I don't know why, because they were working really well before. But when you switch, it's so like, say for example, if you're facing this way when you're like in RPG mode and you're just running around, say you're on the ship and you're not in combat, if you switch to weapon, it's supposed to point you forward automatically. And it does do that, but then occasionally it won't. Okay, it doesn't want to play. Anyway, so yeah, it's working pretty well. I've got to like do the IK and set up shooting, like actual shooting. And so what I'm going to do is once that's done, I'll have like a course recorded and I'll upload it to the asset store as well. The asset library for Godot, I should say. And that'll be good. Oh, excuse me. Maybe if I scream into TTS it won't work. No, it won't. Extension uses bits, lets viewers play TTS messages, sound alerts and videos, and punish chatters. Oh, so you can donate bits to get TTS message. I mean, I think that is like worth it, but like I have to back. Get out of here. Reconnect services? Successfully reconnected services. It's not working. The thing is, it's weird that it was working, then it's not. You know what I mean? It should be working all the time. We've got the desktop audio coming through 100%. I don't know, man. It's just a bit of a mystery. Maybe next stream it'll just work. Maybe because I messed with the rewards. Like I messed with the cooldown and stuff. But it's weird that it should work for me. I don't know why not. Give it a go next stream, next week, next weekend. We'll give it a run. But other than that, I think I'm going to end because it is late and I am going to go to sleep. And tomorrow I've got some recording to do because I think I'm going to put this stuff through into like footage. Because that should get me like most of the way there. And then I've just got to do the weapon manager like as in shooting and not shooting. And that should be pretty straightforward, so to speak. Because I've already done that and a bunch of times. So yeah, that is the plan for the week. Finish this course so that I can start publishing it. And next week we've got the review for Fountains on the channel. I don't know how well it's going to do, but like, because it's different kind of content from me. So we've got that coming, and then hopefully course. Or not. I might just keep doing stream edits because like they're easier. Google, yeah, I mean, yeah, the website could be down, I don't know. Alright guys. Can we raid into somebody? What is going on? Let's try not to raid a foreign language like I have done in the past. Oh, the Captain Coda's live. Easy. And he's only been live for 35 minutes. Great. Alright, guys. Going such straight to sleep. Yeah, it is like that. I will see you all next time. Goodbye.